Welcome back to another episode of the Hero Brew Podcast. I'm Max.
I'm Cam.
And I am Austin.
That was mid-yawn.
Yeah, that was good, dude. You know, maybe I'll be like, on the next one, I'll be like, yo, that's Austin, that's Cam. We're here to
brew.
That's good. Maybe that should be
We're about to brew heroically.
Write that down. You guys heard it first, dude.
You don't want us introducing ourselves anymore?
No, you guys, you guys can.
He said, if you're going to yawn during your intro.
If you're going to fucking yawn, Austin, I'm going to do it for you, okay, dude?
Sorry, dude. It's a long day. We're towards the end here.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, dog. No, today's episode is going to be cool, guys. You could say it's going to be amazing. Or you could say that, you know, we're going into a brand new podcast. We're not really going into a brand new podcast, but you know, we're testing the waters out. You know what I'm saying? Hello, kitty.
Ooh, a tail.
But yeah, today we all watched Spider-Man. Dude, how cool was that? You know what I'm saying?
Very cool.
I'm trying to think of another pun. I can't. I didn't expect you guys to say
how
very cool.
How spectacular. I used that one, but
how spectacular was that? How friendly was that movie? Almost gave it a neighborhood vibe. You know what I'm saying? No,
really.
No one.
Web shooting from the hip there, huh?
I was gonna say one, but it was kind of dirty.
I'm shooting something, dude. My okay. All right.
We're gonna crawl your way back into this segment.
Yeah, let's crawl our way back. And I'm trying to think of more and I can't, dude. It's actually bothering me. I feel like I had a whole bunch planned out in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to feel like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, where he's like, go up, go, and nothing happens.
And then he says, raindrops keep falling on
What are you guys wearing right now? Do you guys have your jeans on?
Nope.
No
jeans?
Definitely
I am wearing a gray shirt.
Oh, that's close.
A jean gray shirt, you could say?
It kind of looks like a jean gray shirt.
Yeah, I do want to give everyone a heads up. This is going to be a spoiler-packed episode. If you haven't watched Spider-Man Brand New Day, please go watch it.
That had no association to the movie whatsoever, what we were just talking about.
I was just talking about X-Men 97.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were talking about jeans.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Wait, like jean. Okay.
Got it. We're gonna break down some news that popped up. We're gonna have our Spider-Man review. We're gonna try to keep the Spider-Man review not too crazy long. We do want to. I do have some fun stuff for you guys. Maybe some rankings. Maybe some would you rather's. Who knows? Maybe. You know. Hopefully like we have enough time where you guys like remember.
We will.
See, that one didn't flow either. I was trying to figure out like how I could say that.
Didn't
like
hear you say one.
Maybe we could like remember.
Yeah,
like maybe like you guys maybe like if we have time and if we remember to do it.
I think I'm starting to sense that you're trying to come up with a pun every 2 seconds.
I'm coming with something. Never mind. I'm coming up with something. Didn't work. It didn't work. I'm trying to
cut that from the pod.
Just when we're editing, just zoom in on this and then just put a frowny face on it.
Not happening. This is all keeping all of it in there this time, guys.
Absolutely. The raw cut. All
right, let's just start with the news. Let's get into it. And then let's shoot some webs. Go ahead, Austin.
Shoot some webs.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I'll rip through the news so that way we can make sure and have some time to talk about the review and also get to the fun little activities that we have planned towards the end of the podcast for sure. So let's start with the miscellaneous first so we can easily segue into the Spider-Man Brand New Day full review later on. So for miscellaneous, we had a couple of cool things that popped up. I know that they were definitely noteworthy for us. Ready Player 2, the movie sequel to Ready Player 1, is officially being written. Zach Penn will be the one that is writing the script and the story for that movie, which is cool. I'm very excited. I love Ready Player 1. Cameron, I think when you sent this over, I was like, this is dope. Like, awesome. We get another rendition of this world.
Yeah, the book was written not too long after the first movie came out. So the second book, so it was only a matter of time. I'm like, they have to do it. But as long as they don't mess it up.
We'll see if it actually goes through, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of things getting canceled nowadays, too. So
this is true.
The other little bit of news, it's kind of bittersweet to some extent. So as we mentioned, I think on last week's episode or the week before, the God of War movie is in development, and the lead actor Ryan Hurst was actually injured on set, which led to them having to begin this process of a recasting because of the injury's severity. We did get rumor that Dave Bautista is in talks to possibly play Kratos. Nothing confirmed, nothing official yet. I think that would be a pretty good casting. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on it were. Nothing like too crazy. It just sucks for Ryan Hurst, man, because I think he would have done really well in the role, and you just hate to see someone get hurt and lose their opportunity like that. But yeah, Dave Bautista, I mean, he's been on a run, in the Hollywood world for sure, since he stopped. When did he retire from WWE, Max? Do you know? 24?
Was it before Guardians?
Or was he still doing it during Guardians?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can look it up. Oh my God.
He's keeping the bit going.
No, you know what's crazy actually about that?
Yes.
I think it was confirmed that they're also recasting
the son, right?
The son and another character.
Wow.
Which is crazy to me. I'm like,
it's like a full rehaul.
Yeah, you would think, and I don't know the reasons why, but you would think they would keep the same cast.
Okay. The only thing I could see is like maybe they saw such a good chemistry with Ryan Hurst and the kid actor, where because Ryan Hurst is gone, maybe they don't see the kid having chemistry with Dave Bautista.
His job. That's crazy.
Yeah, that would suck.
That's nuts.
Dave Bautista retired in 2019, actually.
Well, probably officially, yeah.
Yeah. His final match. Can you tell me who he fought?
Yeah, I can actually. Danhausen.
Nope. Not correct, Hausen. It was Triple H.
It was Triple H? Oh.
Triple H at WrestleMania 35.
It was a singles match? Really?
Faced Triple H at WrestleMania 35, April 7th.
He won, 2019. Huh?
The year Endgame came out?
Wait, it was a storybook ending, in quotes, is what he said.
So did he win? I would assume that's
he lost.
You know, storybook.
He lost to his mentor, Triple H.
A storybook.
He lost Triple H. You know what's crazy? I didn't know that. Because
did they fight before?
In his whole career, Triple H never beat him. They were like on side subject, everyone.
WWE.
Don't know much about WWE, but I do know a little bit. They were in like the same group, like a faction for a while. And that's how kind of Batista came up.
Evolution.
So, yeah, it was Evolution, exactly. Yep. It was Randy Orton and Ric Flair.
And Triple H.
Yeah, obviously Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H. Nice.
But
yeah. So 2019, that's way later than I thought. I thought it was before the whole guard. Did he stop for a while?
Yeah.
With acting, breaks. I would assume.
Yeah, I would assume he probably just officially retired. Like Brock Lesnar just officially retired today.
He did. Shout out Brock Lesnar.
But he's been on and off, obviously, wrestling for a while.
I heard he got thrown around at SummerSlam.
They were, two big bodies just throwing each other around. Him and Obafemi.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, crazy work. Yeah, he did. Wild.
Yeah, he said on his retirement thing, he said like I can't be thrown around like that anymore. Like he said his body was just like done.
When does he ever get thrown around like that anyway? But
never. Yeah.
Exactly. He's a beast. No, happy retirement, Brock Lesnar, if you're watching the pod, because we know you're a big fan.
He's watching right now.
Happy retirement, big dog.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Moving us forward to our next bit of news, we'll jump into Marvel. We will start off with some really sad news. Someone might say it was not wonderful.
You say it wasn't amazing.
It wasn't amazing. Outright depressing, one might say.
Almost as depressing. It's almost as depressing if everyone in the whole world forgot who you were.
Exactly. And you had to make that choice for the betterment of the world.
And you made the choice.
Anyway, back to it. Wonder Man, unfortunately, will not be moving forward with the season 2. Brutal break for the show. That was
disappointing, dude.
Such a good show. Yahya, what's it? Sorry.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen made a post after the rumors started swirling and confirmed the news that it won't be returning for season 2. Max, you brought a great point up about this when we were talking about it.
I did.
Dustin Daniel Creighton is going to be probably doing quite a few movies in those years, and it's going to be really difficult to try to fit this into scheduling purposes, I would assume. after talking about it, I would assume that's probably why it did get canceled. I thought the show was one of the better Marvel television projects that they put out, in all honesty. And I think that we all said that when we
got nominated for an Emmy, correct?
Exactly. And he said that at the end of his post. He said, like, see you at the Emmys, because it's like, the show is great. There's no reason for it to be canceled. But I believe there was a little bit of news that came out today, too, of Dustin Daniel Creighton saying he wanted to be able to make a movie with him at some point, a Wonder Man film.
Yeah, I don't think the character is done. I hope not.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's rumors already circling around today that he's going to return.
Yeah, like West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's cool. I think if he's potentially, like, we know, I don't know if you actually have it in here, but Shang-Chi 2 is in the works, according to Dustin Daniel Creighton. And it's if that's in the works, I would assume they go like West Coast style Avengers, and maybe he appears in that. One, obviously has a connection with the director.
Mm-hmm.
Two, he's on the West Coast, so with Shang-Chi being based in San Francisco, hopefully. And then, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's promising. I mean, he's a great character, and I think that he has a pretty big role in the comics, so it would make sense for them to keep the story moving forward. It just sucks that we're not getting a second season of such a successful show, for sure. On the note of other news that came out, I believe it officially...
Wait, I'm so sorry, real quick. Yep. Just at it with Wonder Man.
Okay.
A lot of people have been giving Kevin Feige a lot of hate lately
for it
since the news came out.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact: he did not. He wasn't the one that canceled it, and Yaya kind of confirmed it. He's like, Kevin loved the show as much as I did, and so it was makes me wonder a little bit, like who has total control over that. But it wasn't Kevin Feige. So shout out Kevin Feige, dude. He's still good.
I mean, Brad Winderbaum, I mean, he's said so many times how much he loved that show too. So really, at the end of the day, it's like, who knows why?
Who knows what happened? We're obviously not behind the scenes with it, and it looks like Yaya doesn't know what happened either. So it's if he doesn't know, we probably won't ever know.
Yeah.
Tough decision was made, and it's probably going to stay hidden.
Yeah.
Jumping to our next bit of news, it's also along the lines of, bummer. We finally got confirmation that Mahershala Ali will be stepping away from his casting as Blade. This comes off the coattails of, I believe it was Kevin Feige's quote, where he said, or they asked him along the lines of what was the progress or the status of the Blade movie. And I don't know the direct quote, but essentially he was saying, like, it sucks that it's not moving forward. And so that started.
He said Blade was his biggest failure.
Biggest failure. There you go. So everyone
not being able to put it out.
Yeah, everyone took that as the movie wasn't going to be moving forward, and then we get the news that Mahershala Ali will not be returning for his casting as Blade. So ultimately confirming that movie is probably just scrapped at this point.
He had a lot to say about it.
He really did.
He had a lot to say about it. It was kind of like shoot, but he was just basically like on the lines of if Marvel wanted to do it, they would have done it. He said it was all ready. He was ready. He got cast in 2019.
Yeah, they announced it at Comic-Con in 2019. Yep.
It's a crazy long time to commit to something.
It's crazy because like he's saying like it was ready, but we from as fans saw all the time like they had to scrap the script
changes, yada yada.
They'd gone through so many different directors and they just couldn't find the right fit.
Yeah, I mean there was a point to where Ryan Coogler was attached to it.
I mean they were even looking at Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
So it's like sucks. You good?
Yeah. The document just like moved on. I don't know what happened. But yeah, it just sucks, man, to see that movie. I'm hoping they don't give up on it entirely, and maybe down the road we get something. I mean, it just
won't be with Mahershala Ali. That's only
it'll be a
bummer
different
part
casting.
About it.
Yeah,
which I think he was a really good fit for it. So,
well, yeah, because I mean, we kind of got a little taste of it in Zombies because he was Blade Knight.
Right.
We got a taste of his voice in Eternals.
And then also in Eternals. So it's like
the post-credit scene. So it's it just makes you wonder.
Yeah.
What could have been?
Yeah.
I mean, with the Ghost Rider announcement, it's like it would have been perfect to just get us into like the dark aspect of Marvel for sure. And I'm hoping at some point we still get the film for Blade, but it does suck that Marshall Ali won't be involved with it most likely.
Yeah, we gotta get into that supernatural side of things.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm gonna jump the next one and then go to our X-Men casting updates that we've been getting a little bit of information on. We had one confirmed casting so far, for sure, and that was Samara Weaving has been cast as Emma Frost in the MCU, meaning that her character,
according to Variety
was the source. Yep.
Yeah, Variety was the source, which is crazy. I mean, they could be wrong at the end of the day.
Could be wrong,
but who knows?
Yeah.
Marvel has not confirmed it yet, but as of right now, it's almost 100% guaranteed confirmed by Variety.
Yep.
Or it is confirmed by Variety, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to jump into the rumor mill a little bit. There's one that's been heavily rumored more than others for sure, and I think that this one's probably closer than a lot of the rest. The one name that seems to just keep popping up is Charles Melton, being heavily rumored to be playing Hank McCoy's Beast. I believe we talked about it on last week's episode when he first got mentioned for it. The more and more that time goes on, the more and more you hear that name come up. I would assume there's some sort of role, whether that is Hank McCoy's Beast, but it seems to be always associated with that. I would assume that one's pretty close to probably being an official casting. The rumors are like swirling, and ultimately it kind of feels like we're heading towards them trying to get stuff finalized before D23 to some extent. I'm thinking that since we got nothing at Comic-Con, we're probably going to see quite a bit more reveals for the next phase after Secret Wars and, moving forward with the X-Men, especially once we talk about the stuff that we saw in this movie that we recently just saw. It makes a ton of sense why they would be rushing to get this stuff done. There was one rumor floating around, Max, I think you sent it over into the group chat, which I thought was super cool. And that one was the Jensen Ackles being eyed to possibly play Magneto.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, by the way, but it popped up on like everywhere. And I'm like, since when? But please let it happen, dude.
That would be sick.
It'd be sick, but it'd be so hard, like just not hearing Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
No, that's totally fine with me. I don't care. Like,
he says, I'm a nice guy, or whatever. Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you, I was such a big fan of him on Supernatural, where I'm like, come on, dude. Like, let's just do it. Like, he's dope. I mean, he could change his voice up a little bit too, where it's like, if any of you guys have watched like any of the HBO Justice League movies, like Justice League Apocalypse or Justice League War, he's the main voice of Batman. Yep. And he just does so freaking good. And I'm like, just do it.
Give him a role.
Give him a role. Like, since we're not probably getting him in as Batman. But
here's a question for you. Say he gets offered the role of Batman in James Gunn's DCU, and he gets offered Magneto. Can he do both, or does he have to pick one or the other?
I would assume he would have to pick one or the other, just because they're two big roles.
Exactly.
Especially with the direction both of them are going in. I would assume. Yeah, I would assume.
Each one's probably a long commitment.
I would assume like they would have to commit for a while to the role.
Do you think he goes Batman or Magneto?
He would go. I would have a feeling he would personally probably want to go Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Just
especially
from what
with being the voice.
Said. Yeah, well, Batman's like his dream role apparently. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive he said that in interviews. He could have just been saying that just to try to get the role as well.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I think it'd be cool to see him as Magneto. I think he deserves a shot in one of these big Universal stories for sure after his performance in The Boys and, like you said, Max in Supernatural. Another name that has been coming up as well is Kaylee Spaney. I believe that's correct. Spaney.
Yeah, Charles Melton's co-star in Beef Season 2.
Yes, that's true. Has worked with Jake Schneider?
No, has worked with the writers.
The writers before, correct.
The two writers of Beef who will also be writing the X-Men.
Yeah. She's been rumored and linked to possibly be playing Rogue. This one has been coming up quite a bit as well.
Apparently she's like fought for the role or whatever. Like she expressed her interest of playing it and like really wanting to. And apparently it worked. I don't know. Like, that would be crazy if that happened.
It would be crazy.
Like, who did we link before to that role? What was her name?
It was Odessa.
Yeah,
that one.
So I forgot her last name.
I've heard some stuff, and I've seen some things where it's like Marvel wanted her to do it, but
Odessa Azion.
Like, yeah, I guess like this girl was just like I really want to play. Who knows if that actually happened, but I think that's dope that she's fighting for fighting for a role that she really wants. I think that's really, really cool. And if it worked, it worked.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, and after hearing the way that, Sarah Finn talked in the cool live podcast we got to listen to with Brandon Davis, we know that when people have auditions for roles, it's not the end of their story. There could be other roles that come up. And I saw one that popped up for Odessa Azion after we heard this Kaylee Spaney news. She would be a dope Polaris, I think.
Yeah.
Odessa Azion, I think that also would be a really good role for her.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be something they could suggest. And who knows, maybe she doesn't want to play that role, but I think that if they ever went that route, that would be something that could come up. A few of the other roles that we've heard quite a bit of rumors linked to, of course, Cyclops is going to have name after name after name popping up. The two big ones that came up this week that had a lot of traction seemingly were Cooper Hoffman from The Long Walk and Drew Starkey, who I believe is in Outer Banks, and I forget what other movie he was in. I just was reading about it. But yeah, they were heavily rumored to possibly be in the running for Cyclops. The Cooper Hoffman one, I think we've talked about it before. A lot of people are questioning it.
Apparently that's real close. That's real freaking close. I
saw a photo and I'm like, I'm sold. I see it.
Was it with him in?
He was like leaning. He was like leaning against. Character? No, he was like leaning against a wall for like it was like a photo shoot. I don't know. Yeah. And he like kind of had some stubble, and like they compared it to like a comic photo of Cyclops, and it just looked so good. I'm like, I see it.
He was good in The Long Walk.
Very.
He's very good in The Long Walk. So I think the acting chops are there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, everyone's going to question the looks.
Yeah.
But whether he needs to be in get in shape or whatever, or
remember,
not
Chris
really
Pratt.
Our place to kind of talk about it. But I mean, we could we obviously have fan casts of who we want Cyclops to kind of be or get portrayed by. But I mean, anyone could really, if you're a talented actor, you could get cast in anything. If you need a trainer, cool, you need a trainer, but it's I mean, if he has acting chops, that's what's gonna matter the most at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely.
So are we gonna feel are we gonna get emotionally connected to this character, which it's heavily rumored that Cyclops is gonna be the main focus of the X-Men stories, and so it's cool, are we gonna get connected to this character emotionally? We probably have to, instead of physically, right?
Right, definitely.
But, like I said, I thought he was great in The Long Walk. I thought he looked great in The Long Walk, so it is what it is,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are really hating on him about his weight or whatever, it's I'm
it's kind of rude.
Calm down. It's kind of rude.
It's rude.
Also, how easy it is for actors and actresses to
I know
they'll get in that routine where literally their schedule is going to be waking up, eating amazing food, and just working out.
You see Patty Pimblett?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Dude, when he's not on a fight training schedule, he's the happiest guy in the world. He just eats whatever he wants and does whatever he wants. It's easy for them to lock in if you have the right dietitian, the right trainer, the right, therapist, physical therapist. They can do it. It's not,
Yeah, and I don't even, like I said, I think that's gonna be probably the least important thing whenever it comes around.
Yeah.
I agree. And so, I think people are just upset because they're oh yeah, we need this superhero body or whatever. They have this picture in his head, but or picture in their head. But yeah, like I said, I think the acting chops need to be there first. And
absolutely.
If they're there, then hell yeah, dude. Plus the chemistry. If the chemistry's there, we were talking about cast chemistry earlier, it's come on.
Yeah, because if you don't. You can look like the character all you want, but if you can't act like them and carry yourself like them, it's not going to make for an emotionally connecting point for the audience for sure. Last but not least, for our casting updates for another rumor, she's been heavily linked to the projects for X-Men and Marvel. I think ever since she hit the scene with Obsession, Indy Navarrete has been linked to possibly playing Mystique, which is kind of, I think we all.
You guys know she
mentioned that at one point, right?
We mentioned it, but do you guys know that she's She lived in Visalia, California for how long?
Like Central California.
Yeah, it's where Kai operated his Dutch Bros store.
He knew her.
Yeah, I was like,
he's just like, yes.
I was like, what? Like, that's cool. Like, no, on that news though, for Indy, it's cool. I think we talked about it a little bit just because the rumors were kind of out already, but the interview kind of went public now, and it just kind of shows you how wild like rumors could get and how people could be like, oh my god, she's confirmed for the role or whatever. But she's been doing a lot of meetups with directors and a lot of calls and stuff after, like you just said, her Obsession movie came out, and which is good for her. But it's crazy because she, in the interview, she was just like, yeah, I met up with Jake Schreier. Huge fan of him, all this stuff. Wanted just had to talk, didn't have like any casting stuff or anything like that apparently, and it wasn't like, she never said like she talked to him about playing Mystique. She just would like to play Mystique. She thinks that would be a cool character to play. And like that was her, like the X-Men were her favorite, like especially like the 2000 X-Men's were her favorite. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, you probably mentioned something to him.
Absolutely.
You probably mentioned something to him. Like, so but yeah, it's cool. I think that'll be sick. What a stacked cast if that is the cast. That's so the case
far. I mean, we've said it long ago, and the more we talk about it, the more we emphasize it. Disney wants to do they want to have the right X-Men out there. I think that they know that they have the opportunity to really build something great after Secret Wars, and I think that they're really going to emphasize on that. With that being said, our last bit of news to transition us to our main topic of discussion, Spider-Man Brand New Day officially released last Thursday. We chatted about it a little bit on last week's podcast. We all have officially seen it. If you have not seen the movie, we're going to begin talking about spoilers. But before we get to that, Spider-Man Brand New Day is also getting an IMAX release starting August 7th, which is this Friday. Super exciting. Definitely going to go see it again at some point. It's set to gross nearly $2 billion worldwide throughout the second weekend of its release. So if that isn't persuasive enough to get you to go see the movie, then I don't know what's going to be. This movie killed it, and I can't wait to chat about it with you guys. And yeah, let's swing our way over to the main topic. I don't know which one of you wants to kick us off.
That was good. That was good. Damn it. That was so good.
I was just webbing up all the key points there and trying to bring it all together.
Dang it.
You're going to have to cool me off with an inhibitor chip.
That was not your best work.
Because I'm mutating on all my words here.
And now I'm webbed up. Good job. Yep.
And now I'm webbed.
Now I'm webbed up. Good job, dude. Good.
But yeah, spoilers are starting now. Don't listen if you haven't seen the movie.
All right, now let's who knows, like let's do our rankings. Cameron, pick our ranking system.
Oh, shoot.
I know, this is the hardest part of the pod. Anytime we do a review, it's like, what is our ranking?
Ranking or rating?
Like, what is the item that we're ranking? What's the thing out of 10? 10 things.
No, I know. He said ranking, though. I thought
so ranking. Like,
rating,
rank the
you mean rating out of 10?
Or we could rank the movie out of 10, whatever you want. Same, but different. But same.
I thought that's what you meant, like 1 out of 10.
Let's do our rating out of 10 Shark Fire energy drinks.
Dude.
That was good. That's a good
one.
I did not think you were going to go there, and that was good. I'm glad you decided. Yeah, I'm glad you had control over that.
The other one I had in mind was 10 scrunchies, because that was mentioned on the red carpet before the movie. Shout out, Sadie Sink.
Yep.
I literally thought about webs.
10 air vents.
I was going to say, the other one I was thinking was VMAXs, but then we would have explained what the VMAX was. But we will.
Who wants to go first?
Shark Fire energy drink.
Who wants to go first? I don't want to go first. Fine, I'll go first.
Go first.
I'm going to give it, after one watch, 9 to 9.5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm sitting around 9 more, though. I don't think it was a perfect movie. I thought it was a very good movie. And I think that 9 is a healthy score. I think walking out of the theater, I might have been closer to 9.5, but I think after giving it a little bit of thought, kind of sitting at like 9-ish in that range. Maybe a little more than 9, like 9.1.
Maybe a little less, maybe a little more.
Yeah. Either or. What about you guys? Who wants to go next? You're like 4. I'm like, oh, cool.
Max, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. I give it a solid 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm on the other side of it. Maybe like
8.8, 8.9.
Maybe 8.8, maybe like, but high, definitely like, yeah, probably high 8s, low 9s.
Yeah.
Thought it was amazing, dude. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. It was great. It's just hard, like, maybe we in the future we could discuss how we rank our stuff. Just because I'm like, because I don't know how to rank. In my head, I'm like, wow, okay, well, how I rank the Odyssey compared to this movie, and they're two very different movies.
It's really hard. I just go based off of feeling, but it is really hard.
And then if you go and feeling, it's like, dang it, wait a minute. But
is there bias there? Is there
which there should be, right? Obviously, it's a Marvel movie. We all love Marvel. We started this podcast with Marvel, but I would say, I enjoyed it a lot. I would say probably a 9. I think it all comes together. So it's all like, it's like a big spider web. It webs together. Can't do it. I'm trying. I was thinking that whole time, guys. I give it a 9.
After 2 watches, I'm at a 9.
Yeah,
I think the first one, just because of the excitement when we first saw it, I was probably at like a 9.5. But second time, like that excitement's still there, but I'm at a 9. Like, it was just as good second time. I was a little nervous going into it, that going into your second watch, you're like, oh, maybe it's just not going to be as good, but yeah, it maintained it, and I thought it was really enjoyable. I think it hit in a lot of aspects, emotion, just action sequences, all that type of stuff, which we'll get into. But yeah, 9 out of 10.
We could have rated it out of potatoes too.
Oh yeah, big and small potatoes.
Big and small potatoes. But yeah,
that would have been good.
I think my second watch being in IMAX, I think it's going to make a difference, because it was really good. Or I think we saw it in RPX.
Yeah.
Did you guys get your tickets for IMAX, by the way?
Yes.
I did buy one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seeing at 8 a.m. on Saturday.
You know what's crazy?
Try to.
I don't think my IMAX is showing it.
Really?
No way.
The Odyssey's still in there, huh?
The Odyssey, as of right now, is still in there, which is... I checked earlier today, and I was like, huh. I was like, this is a little...
strange.
Yeah. It's a
Puzzling.
little...
No.
Yeah. I'm actually looking right now just to make sure, but yeah, I was upset. I was like, wow, who would have thought?
Yeah. Because I did see that this was a bit of news that I don't think I mentioned, or any of us mentioned. The Odyssey did get an extension for its IMAX showings.
It looks like it's going to be extended here in Wichita, Kansas, by the way.
Yep. Well, the 70 millimeter.
Again.
I guess when the 70 millimeter started to add more showings, there was a queue of like 60,000 people waiting for their specific theaters. And it was
it's hard. They're 2 great movies. I mean, I did watch it in Dolby Atmos or whatever it is.
Yep. Yeah.
I haven't watched a movie in like that Dolby Atmos in a while, and it was holy crap, dude! The sound. I think Cameron, you mentioned that to me prior, like this was a couple months ago, probably, just about Dolby, and we were talking about IMAX and versus Dolby, and holy crap, the sound was like, it felt like I was in Hall H again. Like, you know how we were like, the seats were like vibrating, like our bodies were vibrating. It was it felt like that. I was like, yo, chill a little bit, you know?
Is that what you're seeing Doomsday in?
Yeah, which I'm actually really, I'm actually really happy. And then I was just doing a whole bunch of research after, because I was like, wow, that was like a really nice movie. And like visually it looked really good. And like Dolby did, like, they had this huge presentation before the movie started, and Daniel Craig was just talking about it. And he was just like, you see the true colors of it all. And I'm like, oh, this is cool, because it's really good with dark scenes, apparently.
Yeah.
I had no clue about that. And I think, Cameron, you're the one that talked to me about it prior about it, like about that. And so, yeah, it actually made me excited for Doomsday to watch it in that type of format. So I'm still a huge IMAX fan.
Yeah. Yep.
Obviously. But I was just like, wow, now I know why people go to like AMC and stuff as well.
I know what you mean too, because on my second watch, we went to Cinemark and they had D-box seats in the theater. But they were literally, I had the row that we were in, that they had D-box. So I had someone next to me who was in D-box, the 4DX seats basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but like feeling the vibration of that made the movie experience better.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
I
was like,
enjoyed it more than the RPX showing.
Yeah,
I don't know, because it was like the vibration and like it just made it feel so much more intense, and I enjoyed it way more.
Yeah, I was like pleasantly surprised, and like I said, visually it looked awesome, and how the director was just explaining like how the colors are really good to watch it in this format. Yeah, it just made me think about like how people hype up AMC and all, and like Dolby and all that stuff. I was like, okay, like I get it now.
It makes sense.
I said, still a huge IMAX fan.
Yeah,
but I'm not I don't think I'm gonna watch this movie in Screen X.
No, they hyped it
up.
There's
certain scenes. It looked. I've seen some clips. By the way, people leaked this whole movie online already, which is crazy to me. Shame on you guys, but I've seen some clips of it.
No.
Why would you do that? But I've seen some clips of it in Screen X, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I just can't get over the 2 bars. There's still a gap you could see.
Yeah.
A noticeable one too. Like
you need to sit in a certain spot where most of those, if you buy tickets late, most of those seats are like taken already and stuff. And so, but yeah, just want to throw that out there.
Yep.
But yeah, let's get into it. Do you guys want to do like your favorite scenes from the movie, least favorite scenes from the movie? How do you guys want to go? Negatives, positives? Do you guys want to talk about who? Just so we could get it out of the way, that way we can talk about everything.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay. Cool. Cameron, take us away, dude.
So, for those of you listening, don't know if you tuned in to the world premiere for this movie that was in LA. If you did, you saw that a certain character was leaked. So, if you haven't seen Spider-Man, just tune out now.
Final spoiler warning.
Final spoiler warning. That character is Jean Grey.
Yeah, I can't believe Tom Holland plays her.
That was a crazy switch up.
Yeah, plot twist.
Yeah, Sadie Sink is officially our Jean Grey.
After years and months of speculation.
I was going to say years first, but then I was like, wait, it hasn't. They've only shot the movie for a year. But
it was a year ago that we got our first look, Yeah,
a year ago started filming.
They showed us that clip of him walking into the airplane hangar, I think.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's but yeah, Sadie Sink's our official Jean Grey. Like it's crazy because obviously we all kind of knew at this point, but at the same time, I think Eric Voss talked about it. Definitely didn't need to be a secret.
It did not need to be a secret. No,
it didn't. Like at the end of the day,
it really didn't. Because me and Austin looked at each other during the movie. They actually reveal it super early on.
Yeah,
we were just like, oh well, all right.
And you read the document, and you're just like,
yeah, and it just says Jean. What was it? Jean Elaine Grey.
I think so.
We're like, all right.
Yeah, and I was just like, quick. Huh. Yeah, I was just like, okay. Yeah, I'm happy about it. Her performance?
Yeah,
come
definitely.
on, dude.
One of the highlights of the movie.
Yeah. Now she doesn't have to be muzzled on the press tour anymore.
No, crazy work. But
yeah.
If she's also she's obviously going to be a focal point. She's technically she's our first person officially confirmed for Secret Wars.
She was, yeah. We talked about it a while ago. She was like the first confirmed.
It makes me wonder. I'm like,
and then it's been doubled down on since then. I think Kevin Feige talked about it.
Yeah, I thought she played the character really, really well. She was the highlight of the movie. I think she did phenomenal.
Yep.
Besides obviously Tom Holland. But I'm glad that I think Tom Holland was she in the final act, she's like the heart and soul of this movie. She truly is. I thought she just did amazing. Like I was like, whoa, but yeah. So that's out there. So let's talk about our positives, and then let's go into our negatives about the movie.
Yeah. Who wants to start with their favorite scene?
Yeah. Favorite scene? Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of favorite scenes, but one I just keep going back. I like just the opening sequence, the montage, especially with the song that plays.
We called it, boys. Except there was no newspaper.
There's no newspaper, but
I was watching. I was like, we were so wrong.
Missed opportunity.
We were right, honestly. But wrong. We knew there was going to be a montage of going through those 4 years. We did predict that, so good job on us.
We did. It's cool because it was it's about a total of 5 years, I think, total. God, I just said total a lot. But
5 years total in total.
Yeah, it was like I think it starts off with it being 8 months from No Way Home.
Yes,
and then it jumping 4 years during that intro.
Yeah, because they show kind of, and they give you a timeline without giving you a timeline. And their timeline was showing MJ and Ned going through college.
Ned had a sick goatee, boys.
Yeah, let me tell you guys, Sony's editing, and I guess Sony and Marvel's editing fooled us in the trailers.
Yeah.
Like, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, wow. I was like, they did pretty decent.
Yeah. All the trailers were like just the first 30 minutes of the movie, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think the first, besides the whole scene, like that came out,
which they should have kept a secret.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's part of my negatives, but we'll go into it after.
With that too, also the scene with him doing the web thing in the spiral, the tornado, they shouldn't have showed that either.
Like with the hand.
Yeah, we'll talk about our negatives in a second. But
so yours is the montage, Cameron.
That's one of them. I know we probably all have similar ones, so I'll just do a different one. There was so many good ones though.
How about you, Austin?
Dude, I was gonna ask you first.
No, I already did it. Too late.
You're putting me on blast because, like Cameron said, there's so many good scenes. I don't know. I'll go with the main scene in the movie when she asks. It's Jean Grey talking to Peter telepathically, and this is towards the end of our movie. The reveal of Jean Grey has happened. She's been captured by the real villain, the Department of Damage Control. They're going to experiment on her like they did to her sister, ultimately.
Spoiler alert, dude.
We literally said it earlier. Spoilers, I'm so sorry.
I'm just joking.
But anyway, to summarize, the hand has been working for the Department of Damage Control, and we're in this huge fight sequence that we saw in the trailer where Peter's fighting the hand in the prison. This ultimately comes at the expense of Jean controlling the hand to try to keep Peter from stopping her from doing something that ultimately results in the death of the director
Metzger, something, I forget how to say his last name.
Right?
Yeah. Results in the death?
No, just trying to stop Peter from going in the room where she wants to do.
Yeah.
She's
I was like, wait a minute,
close to killing him. Yeah.
I was like,
you went to the bathroom during that part.
I did go to the bathroom during the part of the movie, which I was like, wow.
I had to go too. I ran. I came back sweating and out of breath.
Dude, he was.
Yeah. But anyway, to summarize, my favorite scene is when that scene's happening, or those, that's all happening, and we get to the point where Jean is in Peter's head, and Peter embraces the mutation that his body is going through, where the spider is taking over, and she asks him, so what's it going to be? Are you Peter Parker or are you Spider-Man? And then that's when we get the infamous line of him saying, I'm both. And you can see him use the strength of the spider mutation and kick back one of the ninjas from the hand. And then ultimately it looks like he's going to kill him because he's flying straight at a sharp pole sticking out of the thing. And as he's flying up there, you see a web grab him and pull him, or puts him against the fence. Is that what it was?
Yeah, so it grabbed him from impaling him.
Yep.
And then his eyes
turned the other way or something, right?
His eyes turned from black to normal.
Yep, and he embraced his mutation and came back to his normal form, which I thought that scene was just really cool to be, to like hit the climax of that whole, anticipation. That was definitely one of my favorite scenes, but like Cameron said, there were so many more that I could have noted for sure. What was yours, Max?
I'll just say one randomly too. I think the Yelena jacuzzi hot tub scene, spa scene. What?
Office.
What? Oh my God! Don't oh my God me. It just
in his toes when he does this.
In his toes, I thought it was just hilarious, and it made me appreciate Yelena even more. And I'm like, if you're a fan of the pod, if you're a current we all really appreciate her as a character, like Florence Pugh's portrayal of Yelena, and it just makes me excited about like Doomsday and like seeing her. This is her 4th appearance in a Marvel film or a Marvel project.
Yeah.
which she appeared in Black Widow, and then after Black Widow it was Hawkeye, and then we obviously got her as the main like protagonist in Thunderbolts, and then this movie, I'm like, she's almost like the glue of the MCU, it seems like, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude, like, I'm glad she was in it. I thought it was just dope. We mentioned the little small potatoes, big potatoes, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, Spider-Man has fought some big potatoes.
He has dealt with some very big potatoes.
He fought a very big purple one in space. I'm like, have you done that, Elena? No.
He ripped the gauntlet from his hand, or tried to, I should say.
Dude, he carried the gauntlet. I'm like, like, he's done so much stuff. I'm like, you weren't there on the battlefield. Like,
This is true.
You know? And so
the macaroni fiend herself.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. And there's a lot of favorite parts, but that was one of the highlights. I was just like, this is hilarious. This is great.
A lot of emotional scenes that I think that could have been noted for sure. Like,
I mean, we could go into our emotional scenes now. I'm just gonna go because there's, I think, one big emotional scene. And there's like two big ones, I think, that got me.
There's definitely two.
Yeah, there's two big ones that got me, but the one that really messed me up was once MJ found the note.
Okay. So there's three actually.
Wait a minute. Okay. Holy crap! Was that not part of your two? That's like my number one. Where it was like it. I guess there's. I mean, technically you could split into three, but I think I know where you're going with it. But it messed me up, like, emotionally. Like like Peter Parker finally got to tell her that he loves her, and it was the first time telling her that, and she said straight up, like, I understand why this character would love you. And then it was like a little pause, and she was like, but I don't love you.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then she said, I don't even know you. I was like, no, you did. I was like, my heart was broken. First of all, shout out Zendaya's character, by the way. Phenomenal in this movie. Her portrayal of MJ was just so good. She went through some stuff. I'm sure we'll talk about it, but that scene got me, dude. I was just like, come on, you love him. Like, please, you love him. Like, you've said it. I've heard you say it before, and so that was hard. Yeah, that was hard to watch. Why am I getting emotional? That was hard to watch, dude. I was just like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, and then you saw Peter's face, and then, like, the worst part of it all was that Peter had to go swing her back home.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, I don't have my phone.
Well, she came back down the stairs, and he looked like a little hopeful. He's like, oh. And then she's like, hey, I don't have a phone.
I'm a mess at this point, by the way, in the theaters. Like, I'm like sobbing. I'm like, why? Like, he has to swing her home, and it's just quiet.
Yeah.
It was just like,
she's like resting her head on his shoulder, and it's just quiet. Yeah.
And I was like, no freaking way, dude. I was like, this is tough. Like, and if you think about it, it's after he saw her, like, kiss her new boyfriend and stuff. And I'm like, I'm like, brother, it's okay, dude. I just felt for Tom Holland and Peter Parker, Like, I was like, it's okay, dog. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Like, so that got me emotionally.
That was yours, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's another one that could go into very high detail, but you guys will probably mention it, so go for it.
Cameron,
actually, I want to know Cameron. Yeah, Cameron, what?
Okay, so if
you had
Austin
two different ones than that.
I'm gonna say one, and if you don't say it, then I'll mention it after. But if I mention this one, you're probably gonna mention the other one. The one I'm saying is when Jean finally lets Peter go into his mind at the end.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Or when Peter finally lets Jean go into his mind.
And we finally get to see the rest of the memory play out, and it's the scene right at the end of Homecoming when Aunt May sees him as Spider-Man in his outfit, and basically Aunt May sits down, gives him this speech, but was super emotional was Jean was there in Peter's place instead. So it's like she was giving Jean Grey that speech, and you could tell like she really needed it because they were foster children, so she doesn't really know her parents, so she's always kind of wanted that like mom figure in her life, and you could just tell she needed to hear that, and she was crying. And then once it's done, Peter's in the room with her and they're talking, and Peter's like, you have me now. And then it goes into something else that happens I'm sure we'll talk about later. But yeah, that was, for me, probably my number one.
Both really good. Those were two that I thought were some of the high points of emotional standards. I'll say one that was kind of, I guess it's close to the one that you said, Max. It's right after when he gets to tell Ned, or well, he doesn't tell him, but she asks, Peter swings MJ home, and she says, "Hey, do you want to come up and say hi?" And I think for me, watching that scene where, we go from Ned being like, "Oh my God, MJ, it says Spider-Man's in the direct vicinity," and then we get Peter, comic relief. "Oh no way, that's so sick." And then Ned just like freaks out, and he's like, "No, I'm not a weirdo. I promise." He's got the whole wall behind him.
He's just like standing. He's like,
he walks in front of me. He's like, but the scene right after that, when it's all of them hanging out in the living room, brought a lot of emotion to me, knowing that for Peter, this is picking up right where he left off, before the spell was cast, even though it was so long ago.
Yeah, he hasn't done it in 5 years.
He hasn't done it in 5 years, and they have the whole Lord of the Rings bit with each other where they're quoting Gandalf and I believe Bilbo, right?
Lord of the Rings is canon in the MCU.
It is canon in the MCU.
Dude, what's going to happen when Peter sees Magneto?
Dude.
It's almost confirmed that he's not going to see Magneto now.
This is true. This is very true.
Ian McKellen, dude.
Yep.
But that part was really cool. And then tailoring us into the point where Ned leaves the room and goes to grab the food that's delivered when he says like, "Oh, Spider-Man's here. We're eating like king, or we're eating good tonight," or something like that. "We're going to treat our guests right."
We ordered like extra banh mi or whatever.
Yeah. When MJ and him are talking and she says like, "You guys really do look like friends," and then she flips the book around and shows the drawing of it, and it brought me back to the scene in Homecoming when she sees him in detention and he's like, "Why are you even here?" And she's like, "Oh, I like to come here and see people, I think, at their worst," is what she says. I don't know the direct quote, but it was like that scene and all the moving parts of it and just seeing the innocence of them being themselves and how well it worked together without them knowing him, but Peter knowing them. That was really emotional for me, like seeing the interaction of two friends and then MJ trying to give it a chance to see like if maybe she feels something with him. Not directly, but indirectly, and just kind of hearing how he talks and how he carries himself as a person. But yeah, that
Did you notice what suit she drew him in the photo?
It's
been going around the internet everywhere, and I didn't notice it in the first showing, but I tried to look at it in the second one, and it's his Homecoming Spidey suit.
Got it.
It
has the tiny little spider like tech logo, and it has like the designing of the arms is like is his Homecoming suit.
The shorter arms.
Yeah.
On the spider itself, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that scene was really good for me. And like I said, like we've mentioned, I think that there's so many more. The two that you mentioned, the one that I just talked about.
There's there's another one that I thought was going to be mentioned that did not.
The other one I was talking about was when we're made to believe that MJ remembers Peter and kisses him.
That one, yeah, definitely.
No, wow, that's crazy. That was my
other one.
No, that was just a fucked up scene.
Yeah,
that one because dude, he was crying. He was so happy. And then it pans around. It pans around and she's just like stone cold face, like, embrace her.
Well, they were hugging.
True love's like, kiss Peter.
Embrace her, and I'm like, you fucking.
I'm like, oh,
bitch, dude. Like, sorry for the language, but it was like I was so upset at that part, and I was just like, come on, dude. Like, it kind of goes into my negatives a little bit, but the last emotional scene that I do want to mention was obviously Peter getting shot.
Yep. That's definitely one for sure too.
Well, it's like you have to think
about it. I thought we were going to talk about that as like a big picture, like because that was one of the biggest parts of the whole movie.
Yeah, I think it was, and it was definitely, and like we could like talk about it now, where it's like you have to realize he got shot with a sniper rifle, but it was like a 50 caliber like bullet. A 50 caliber bullet you could destroy like cars with it.
Yep.
And people were like complaining like, oh well, shouldn't that have just like gone through him still or whatever? It's like, no, he took the bullet. Like he took it. Like, yeah. Or why did he get shot? Like he just got thrown around by the Hulk and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did this have to kill him? But it's like, dude, he took a 50 caliber bullet. I don't know if it's like officially confirmed. It's just like people are saying with like that type of gun that the Punisher used and that from that range and stuff, it would have to be a 50 caliber.
Absolutely. And, for distance wise, because he shot that from at least her spell goes a kilometer, I believe, correct?
Yeah. And like it would, if it hit a person, generally it would like blow them up.
Yes, it would destroy.
And it showed that how strong he is and how durable Peter Parker actually is.
Yeah,
or the character of Spider-Man is.
Yep,
especially with his power up that he got in the movie. It's like he was still able to like take that and not have the bullet go through, which is just a crazy like feat. But it's the part where it's like she like syncs up with him and she just continues his breathing for him throughout the the rest of the movie and keeps him alive that way.
That was so emotional. Yeah.
And then like what Cameron mentioned when they were like in the room, like, or when they were in Peter's head, I thought they were gonna kiss when he was like, I'm here, or he's like, you got me. I was like, and they looked at each other. I was like, no. I was like, no, but I was like, yeah,
sure,
like,
why not?
This could kind of work. I thought their chemistry was really good.
They did have really good chemistry.
A lot of people compared to like a brother and sister chemistry. I'm like, no way, dude.
No,
like,
I didn't feel that.
I didn't get that. I got more of a romantic chemistry at them. Like, hey, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I mean, or like a friend chemistry, I guess you could say.
Platonic relationship.
Yeah, and but I was like, dude, they decided to have them kiss. I wouldn't even be mad about it. No. I was like, I'd be like, yo, just it is what it is. I'm like Scott Summers who. You know, like leader of the X-Men is Spider-Man.
I did love too in that scene when he senses the shock coming. It was very similar to Far From Home when Mysterio blacks out his mind again, and he's like, "All right, Peter, you can do this," and he just closes his eyes. Like, I know it was because he's in his own mind there, but it almost made me feel as if like they were channeling that same spider sense to be like, "What do I need to do in this moment?" And he just right as he hears the bullet, you can see him move. And that scene, man, that
whole scene was good. And like I said, just shows the strength of like Peter Parker. Like yeah, dude, he did just get hit by the Hulk. He did just get thrown around nonstop. But it's like he literally like I said, that bullet should have basically blew him up. It would have like it would have destroyed. It would have like put a huge hole / like tore off like a part of his chest if it was any other person. I did like the callback to the comic issue.
They were hiding it. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen, and it was cool just because it was like I was waiting for that moment ever since like Civil War came out. The first trailer for Civil War came out where it showed Peter Parker Spider-Man. Obviously, we really didn't have like an MCU Punisher at the time. But that was a big part of the Civil War comic line where it's like he shot Peter Parker and he took him to the hospital. You know?
Yeah. That for sure was where we were going to see Claire Temple.
Yeah. Well, I just like... that's probably a scene where we could have saw her in. But it's also like, I thought he was dead.
I think, I thought the same thing.
The direct callback to Aunt May, dude, where it's like... It was a direct callback to the same.
He was saying the same stuff where he was like, "I'm okay, I'm
okay, it'll be fine."
And I instantly was like, "No." I was like, "No." And then like she looked at her hand and it was blood. I was like, and he
literally,
he looked and then he
pouring out.
Fell. Well, yeah, he looked at it and then he fell, and I was like, "This is the exact same thing that Aunt May went through."
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh no, is this how he dies?" I was like, there's no way." I'm sure they probably shot that scene in a couple different ways, where they probably had a scene where like, hey, he might have did die from that, you know. But yeah, just trying to fast forward a little, or trying to like go through a couple different things. Yes, Sadie Sink's character, crazy. I do want to highlight some of the other characters in the movie. We mentioned Yelena, we mentioned the Hulk, or we mentioned a little bit about the Hulk, but I truly loved Mark Ruffalo in this movie.
Yeah, it was a really good role.
Yeah, like this is where some of my negatives come in. I wish they didn't show him hulking out.
Same.
I wish we didn't get any of the Hulk scenes. I don't know if it affected. It could have affected sales. I'm sure it was a sales pitch. But at the same time, like, I mean, who knows? We're not studio heads. We're not like people that decide that, like what to show in a trailer to get it hyped up. I'm sure it did have some hype up implication to it where it's like, oh yeah, we're going to show the Hulk. People are going to go crazy.
Well, dude, just imagine, because you hear her say when she's in the car right after the whole MJ thing, she's like, take me to Empire State University.
Yeah.
Because if we never got like all the Hulk stuff shown to us, like, just imagine hearing that, like, oh no.
Imagine hearing the thumps.
And then you get to that scene and you're hearing the loud banging and like you don't see what's going on.
Imagine it's like, oh shit, we got the Hulk.
She did not.
It was a surprise. Like, we saw exclusive footage at Comic-Con. We saw the beginning of the scene. I was pleasantly surprised with how much they cut out from what we saw. Yeah, they cut out a good minute.
Yeah, they
like
cut out
in between, like 30 seconds to a minute. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, they did really good, because I didn't think they, from when we were watching, I was like, I couldn't tell they cut out anything.
It didn't look like it, yeah.
But they cut out every single part that mentioned Jean, because Peter Parker said it a lot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, they did really freaking good at tricking us right there. But yeah, seeing Smart Hulk was a surprise still to me. I was like, okay, but I get like how Jean was like controlling that aspect of it, but then she was also fighting the Hulk in her head, you know? Yeah. And it's like,
you could feel it.
He was able to like kind of not lock her out, but get her out of the mind.
He did. He literally said like,
kicked her out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I was like, holy crap. And it was cool seeing Savage Hulk again.
Massive.
The
giant.
That version's beating Thanos 100%.
That version lost to Thanos.
Dude, okay, there's photos going around right now. Did you see the size of his hand when it was around Peter versus the size of just Thanos' hand? Like, this Hulk we saw is way bigger than the Hulk that fought Thanos.
I think so. The thing is, though, I think he was angry, and obviously he gets more powered up when he's angry. It was they shot it really well they showed his real power set in, I believe it was Ang Lee's The Hulk movie with Eric Bana.
Yep.
Anytime he got pissed, he just got way bigger and bigger.
Right.
I think when he was fighting Thanos, he was getting hit so freaking hard.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck is going on?
He was shocked more than angry.
Where Thanos, like, because he was hitting Thanos for a second, and then Thanos like, okay, let me be for real. Let me not use my Power Stone, by the way.
Yeah.
And let me mess you up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, you know, like I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I'm like, no, Thor got his ass whooped by Thanos still. Like, absolutely. Just like overall, I still think he would lose personally. I think he was just so shocked, like, because like he was on Sakaar and he didn't have that problem at all, you know? But man, it was just, like I said, like he was so angry, especially when he first turned around. And I was like when Peter looked up, you kind of also looked up in the movie.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God.
You're like, William Dafoe meme.
Yeah, dude. And it was just, he looked jacked and ripped, and I was like, yep. I was like, this is it. But yeah, I still think he would have lost to Thanos. I think Thanos was just, I think he just shocked him. Like, who knows his exact power level, power set, the strength of his punches, but
Peter said what the audience was thinking too.
Yeah,
it's just
I didn't know you could get that big. I didn't know you
could get that big. Like, he got big.
Yeah, like, because it was right when he looked up at him, when we're looking up, and then he says that, and you're like, yeah, didn't know that.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, I thought that was cool. Like I said, I didn't want to mention Yelena just because, like I said, she was a great character. I also really, really loved how this felt like a Spider-Man focused movie, where I'm like, Spider-Man obviously was the main character in all of his movies, but the side characters did not carry him. One character we didn't mention much yet was the Punisher. John Bernthal stole the freaking show, dude. Anytime he was on screen, I was like, holy crap, he was so good. I'm like, put him in more Marvel projects, like big Marvel projects.
Yeah.
I thought he just did great, and I definitely don't want to see the last of the Punisher yet.
I loved that
when Todd.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
I loved when Jean went into his mind too. Whoa.
whoa, this dude's messed up.
This guy's got issues.
But one of the scenes I loved was when he was talking to Peter about, like, you don't want this life. Like, or you, like, he's like, you don't want to choose this life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, dude, he's freaking good. Like, being alone, all this stuff. He Punisher didn't want that.
He told him, like, this is a sentence, like, describing his life as like a prison sentence, basically.
And I was just like, damn. And I was like, damn it, John Berthmall, the second time he did that. He did it with, Daredevil, obviously, I believe in season 2 of Daredevil. And it's like, I'm like, dude, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about Jean a little bit, some of my negatives, dude. She's a little too evil. I know that's going around the internet, but I know she's like and she's definitely like one of the darkest X-Men people of the core X-Men team. Obviously, with her being connected to the Phoenix Force, all this stuff, like, she has issues, obviously, but man, she does a lot of damage in this movie, and who knows how they're going to portray it. We've seen other people do some crazy stuff too, don't get me wrong, like Black Widow did a whole bunch of dark stuff, right?
Loki did some terrible things.
Loki did some terrible things.
Wanda did some pretty rough things.
Wanda's, I think, the best comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, okay, well, who could I compare her to that also did mess up things? And I instantly thought of Wanda.
Yeah, it's not like an emotion-driven thing. Like, yeah.
But it's like, Wanda also didn't just kill people, or like almost kill people. She just kind of messed with their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, not talking about Multiverse Madness because she kills a lot of people in that. But
a lot of Kamar-Taj people.
Yeah, dude, everyone over there.
Everyone, yeah,
everyone. But man, it's like just our first depiction of Jean Grey in the MCU. I'm like, oh, she's kind of dark. She messed people up.
Yeah, because who knows if that old guy on the street that walked up backwards and then got hit by who knows if he lived.
He's fine,
he's
dude.
He's dead.
He probably died, yeah.
He's dead, dude.
There's also the theory that people have been saying, what if she got into his mind and saw he was a horrible person? Like a murderer, and he was hiding.
Brother, he got destroyed by a car.
An eye for an eye.
Like,
if he's a murderer.
That's a big what if, okay? That's a big what if.
That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, definitely. I would love for that to be the case too. There was also some theories like, hey, she didn't know, like, because like, she kind of walks backwards, and like when she's in control of people, that they really didn't explain that. Like, if she's in full, like, the stuff she's doing translates directly to what the person's doing.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it really well with the character that was talking to Spider-Man, where everyone was like, oh, that's Miles Morales. But where it's like, she was looking through the notes, or she was holding the note, and he was also holding the note, and so it just depends. I mean, we talked about it with Cameron. Like, Cameron mentioned the kissing scene. It's like, yo, she's really messed up for that. Like, that's so fucked up.
That was jacked
and like,
up.
Hey, Peter got mad. I thought Peter was actually going to kill MJ.
Dude, yeah.
When he was like choking her, I was like, in my head, like, I heard the Star Wars songs like go in my head. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, no, Anakin, don't do it.
And then of course they hit us with another MJ falling scene. And I'm like,
I love it, dude.
It's awesome because it's like, oh my god, is he gonna catch her? Or is she gonna smack her head against the ground?
Shot scene, and I was like, wow. I was like, she's falling again, and I was like, how is he gonna save her? Is he gonna save her?
Yeah.
I like that he like webbed her, and then he like completely flipped his body.
He braced the impact on his body, not hers.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that scene alone was super emotional too. Like, after he lands, when he's like, MJ, are you okay? Like, you could see the genuine fear.
He was like, thank God. He was like, thank God you're okay. Like, he's like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm like, and like, you get hit with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man a little bit. You're like, oh crap, because he's like, Andrew Garfield said the same thing.
Him, like, what happened?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, he just said he lost his MJ. You know?
You don't think they ever talked about it, like when they were in the lab?
I don't think they had real time.
Yeah.
Dude, I think Peter was really hell bent on killing
Norman.
The Goblin.
The Goblin.
Gabagool. I don't know where that came
from. Just a meat monster.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah, like, yeah, there was just, but yeah, this movie though, I'm glad it was like focused, like it was a Peter Parker story. There was some great side characters, but man, it like really felt like Peter was Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people were complaining like, oh, how could he afford all this stuff? I'm like, dude, I don't care.
You figured
it out. I don't care.
Let your mind speculate.
I'm just glad this is why, by the way, and we'll probably go into it here in a second, but this is why I don't like the Raimi Spider-Man movies, or the Raimi, like, I don't like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, I understand people are like, yeah, he's a goat, whatever. I hated his Peter Parker so freaking much, dude. It was just like, he was like a broke kid that just like really emphasized that he was broke, and he just like, he lived a miserable life as Peter Parker.
And like they showed that he was smart, but like it was a different kind of smart. Like we see how Tom Holland's Peter is smart. Like he's very techie. He does, I mean, not just tech, but like chemistry, all that type of stuff. But
yeah,
Tobey Maguire's Peter, it was
he was like a real nerd. I mean, I guess like it was like in that time where it was like nerds weren't cool or whatever.
Yeah.
But he never seemed as smart as that, except for in No Way Home.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, okay, cool. Like you saw that side of him, and it was nice. But it was just like he was like a total, like, I don't know. I think Sam Raimi kind of portrayed him as a loser a little bit too hard. And it was something that really did not leave a good taste in my mouth, you know, when I was watching it. I don't know if that's the right term to use or whatever, but
it didn't sit right with you.
There you go.
He's thinking of a Spider-Man one.
I am.
It was the wrong web.
Yeah. It was, it didn't get me webbed up, you know? Let's just say that. It did not get me webbed up at all. And so, but yeah, this first of all, his little attic place, dope.
Yeah. Best apartment of
fresh.
Even
fresh,
even
dude.
if it had asbestos, it's okay.
It'll be fine.
Dude, whatever it had, it was fine, dude. I'm guessing he probably got some money from
Aunt May.
From being a hero. No,
Aunt May.
Maybe Aunt May. But I mean, how would he get that money?
They left it to a Peter Parker, and no one knows who that Peter Parker is.
Peter Parker doesn't exist. All records. Gone.
People don't remember Peter Parker's Spider-Man. I thought that's what the spell was.
You know what I don't understand?
Yeah.
So the spell was to make everyone forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. This Peter Parker. So are you telling me MJ and Ned don't remember the other two Peters and that their name was Peter Parker?
Yeah, so I was doing some research on it, and it's like they don't remember anything to do with Peter is like gone.
Yeah.
But yeah,
as in like it's like blacked out from their memory. So the only reason they know like a Spider-Man is a Peter Parker is because their version was Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But anything that could have seen his face, anything that could have seen like the actual name Peter Parker is just gone. So like even the events that are tied to it like are gone.
Yeah.
That's why Ned doesn't really remember him even in his suit, because it's like he doesn't have that connection, which we all thought he was still going to be like, oh yeah, he probably he's like going to be close friends with Spider-Man still, right? Because there was a lot of scenes where Spider-Man, they were homies, right? Like they did stuff together even with the mask on.
Yeah.
The iPhone scene in No Way Home where he went to go fight Electro for the first time, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't shown as Peter Parker. He was on FaceTime. That basically doesn't happen.
Yeah.
What about the scene at Ned's grandma's, his Lola's?
That doesn't happen because the only reason they know about Peter. Rest in peace to her.
Yeah.
The only reason they knew that it was Peter Parker was like a Spider-Man because they thought about their own Peter Parker and he was attached to it. So that is completely gone.
People forgot.
Which is the only way to make sense of it in the movie, because you're like, hey, you know what? There's still probably a lot of scenes, but like even MJ was like, oh yeah, he saved me from this. They saved me like 4 different times or whatever. It's like, well, he was Peter Parker. He was Spider-Man around you a lot, you know? And it's like, it was like basically like the whole They mentioned a little bit with the whole Mysterio thing.
Yeah.
It's like the whole Peter Parker thing got obviously vanished, but that whole plot line, like that whole story of like, hey, this person is this. There wasn't another name that was like put in there.
It's just Spider-Man.
There wasn't like it wasn't like, oh, Spider or like this person Spider-Man. It was just like, hey, Spider-Man just did this.
Yeah. He's just Spider-Man.
And so like everything that was associated with it also got erased.
Yeah, that makes sense. They forget him completely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and since we're talking about like memories and stuff, do you guys think they remember him by the end of the movie?
Dude, it's tough. I talked to Austin about this. Or no, I didn't talk to Austin about this after the movie. It was after the second showing. I was talking to Paige about it. They don't show this at all, but Ned does have Doctor Strange powers. And I think that the spell, yes, it affects him, but I feel like that magic part could kind of like prevent something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that. I get what you're saying. I'm not agreeing with it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think
that's a good point.
I think Jean tapping into their mind could have had some effect. I think the memory could have triggered from that.
Well, yeah, like when MJ was crying.
Yeah.
I think she was remembering everything. Obviously, we got the scene of her on the rooftop at the end as well.
Which is right after
her necklace.
Which is what we just mentioned, like, if they forgot everything about it, right? Any scenes that were into it, it's like she was clutching the necklace.
In the spot.
That same spot. And it's like, huh.
Why would she go right there?
Why would she go there? Why would she hold the necklace again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think she started to remember some stuff. I think the whole like true love's kiss, whatever that they mentioned, I think it is actually that's how she remembered him. And I think it just got activated once Jean's powers got fully activated. I also loved that aspect of it because I was waiting for her to use her other set of the powers, which is what's the word? Not telepathy, but
is it not? I thought it was telepathy.
Is it telepathy
or telekinesis?
Telekinesis.
There you go.
Thank you. I was waiting for that to be a part of the movie. It wasn't at all until the very end. Obviously, she gets it.
Powers, like yeah.
We talked about VMAX a little bit. I thought that was kind of weird, but I mean, it was kind of dark too, where like that was the last thing your sister saw. That was the last message.
Twist. It was a crazy twist.
It was dark. It was just like I was expecting more from VMAX, I think, but I was like, holy shit! I was like, it's darker than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, it was crazy. It was just like I just loved how it's like, oh yeah, like they mentioned how Metzger knew that she was stronger than her sister, and her powers just like activated. And I was like, crap! Like
I mean, it mirrored. It's the same concept as Peter. Like it was literally like. It took a very emotional traumatic thing to like trigger that. Yeah. And it was her finding out her sister died.
Yeah. And like, I loved how that was the way we got Peter Parker, which was cool, by the way, too. Like everyone thought it was going to be like some gamma radiation. Everyone thought it was because he was connected with the other Peter Parkers or the other Spider-Men. So I like that. It was like, hey, no, this is just a mutation he has.
Yeah.
And it's just taking over because he's been focused more on just being Spider-Man.
Yep.
And it took one emotional thing to really send him over the edge.
Mm-hmm. He's losing himself.
But like even before that scene where he sees MJ kiss the dude, it was like he was already feeling it in his wrist. He was grabbing his wrists a lot. He was like, oh, what's happening? The headaches. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, it's been happening for a while. So I like that aspect of it. I'm glad that like that's how they didn't overcomplicate it.
No.
They did in a way where it made sense to everyone, and it made sense to be like, oh yeah, this is it. He was just focused on himself for too much, and he was like losing his humanity essentially. And so, yeah, loved it. We might have to do a part 2 to this review, guys. We could talk about it. We'll probably be talking about it again. I do want to watch it a second time and talk about it a little bit more. Sure. Yeah, so we'll probably talk about it at the IMAX, but maybe we could save it for after we watch IMAX. Maybe we could save some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the audience excited. Let's do after we watch Spider-Man in IMAX, or at least watch it a second time. Let's do our Spider-Man rankings again if you guys are down.
Do it.
We'll knock it out, and then we'll kind of go from there. We do have some exciting stuff coming up in 10 days from now.
Yeah,
we'll be at D23.
Yep. We will be. I don't think we've announced that yet.
We haven't announced it. We've mentioned it a little. We've mentioned that we've mentioned D23. We haven't announced that we were going there. The Hero Brew Podcast X Scoop Flow will be at D23. Cameron's rocking the hat right now. So is Austin, actually. And so, yeah, we'll be at D23. We'll be joined by Scoop Flow. Really excited about it. I'm really freaking pumped. I'm like, in literally 9 days, I get to see you guys good. Let's go. Like,
with so the one and only Scoop Daddy. Come on.
Yeah, with Scoop Daddy, dude. That's going to be a great time. But we're going to try to record as much as we can once we're there. Hopefully not get in trouble this time. Like,
she was in
probably won't record on the floor.
Max is going to be like, yeah, bring out your D23 rule book. Show me. Yeah.
I did play out the bring out the rule book that says I can't record.
Mickey Mouse just walks up to you. I'd be like,
oh my God.
Mickey
I'm like, Max,
can someone do a Mickey Mouse voice? Because I was going to do it. Yeah, dude. I was like, gosh. You just see red lasers pointing at me. I'm like, all right.
It's Kevin the robot flying in.
My phone is down. No, but it's cool because, I'm just excited to be there. We'll try to update you with as much stuff as possible. Like I said, it's going to be a fun time. We're going to be talking about it for the next week or so before we head out. And we'll probably do our Spider-Man rankings with that. So yeah, part 2 with it. And then excitement for D23. Yeah, dude. But yeah, I'm really pumped. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being with us on this webtacular webstat. Was that good?
That was good.
That was good. Webtacular episode. I think Webtacular was actually better than that one. Thank you guys for being with us. We appreciate you guys. Comment down below. What was your favorite parts of the movie? What was your least favorite parts of the movie of Spider-Man Brand New Day? If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's great. If you only watched it once, go watch it again. Austin mentioned it's probably going to be the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yep.
So
until Doomsday,
dude. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. Comment, like, subscribe, follow our podcast at the Hero Brew Podcast on all socials. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We're excited about D23. I hope you guys are too. And trying to think of other stuff. That was it.
Thank you for brewing with us.
Appreciate you guys.
This has been brought to you by I don't know where I was going with that.
Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Soon to be.
Yeah, soon to be. Love you guys. Peace out.
Peace, guys.
Peace.